Snapchat is the #1 social media app of 2017 and has recently begun to try its hand at being a source for news. A majority of Snapchat users are millennials aged 18 to 34. We asked some of these users what they use the app for and how they feel about getting their news from Snapchat.
I only use Snapchat to talk to my friends, but sometimes I look at the news stories.
I use Snapchat a little bit for social media. I use the Discover page. I am subscribed to a couple of the, what are they called, channels, which are, I'm subscribed to BuzzFeed, People, Daily Mail, NBC, and CNN. So I check those pretty much every day.
So I usually just kind of, when I'm bored, I watch literally every single Snapchat story. Like all of the news ones, like BuzzFeed, Me Too, like the political ones, all of them.
So I use Snapchat mainly to talk with my friends.
I use Snapchat for the purpose of the news. I don't watch the news anywhere else but Snapchat.
I use Snapchat, when something eventful happens in my life, like the Christmas tree lighting, I record it and then I post it on my Snapchat story.
In the age of fake news, it's so important to be able to find reliable sources. Here's what users said about the reliability of Snapchat.
Yes, in some ways. I don't think you should get all of your news from Snapchat, though. I feel like you should look on other places. Like you can see Snapchat for like the first thing that you wanna, just like get a summary of it. But then you should do more research. You shouldn't just rely on them.
I think they're reliable, but they're not very in-depth, so you can get kind of an idea of what's going on, but a lot of times after I'll watch the NBC or the CNN, I'll have to do some more research to actually get real information.
Not entirely reliable, but like to a certain extent, yeah.
We also asked users which channels they frequently click on the Discover page.
Cosmopolitan and like E! News, The Rundown, I watch those every other day.
On the Snapchat newsfeed, I get my daily news from Reddit.
The first one I click on is normally BuzzFeed.
Mostly the BuzzFeed page or the Cosmopolitan page.
I talked to Dr. Jason Jarvis, a professor who teaches media studies at Loyola Marymount University, in order to get an expert's opinion on the role of Snapchat in the news world.
I think the direct affiliations with news organizations makes a pretty smart move for Snapchat, and I think that one of the things you've seen with Snapchat is that they seem to be fairly effective at learning from the failures and mistakes of other apps. So, for example, there's pretty good evidence that the way that they're using advertising within their platform is a bit different, whereas Twitter's had a hard time creating profitability. Snapchat is fairly well known for being very good at integrating their ads in a different way and at targeting their users in a more effective way so that they're directly reaching the consumers that they want. And so I think it makes a lot of sense for Snapchat to think about how they can have direct affiliations so that they can avoid some of the pitfalls that Facebook, for example, has had with the sort of the fake news issues and during the election and with Russian bots and all the sort of stuff that's coming at Facebook. I think Snapchat's trying to learn from that, and direct affiliations give them a much clearer way to say, well, this is news from a respected source. And so I think that's a key thing where they're trying to maybe avoid some of the challenges and mistakes that other platforms are making.
So there you have it. Snapchat is obviously very popular, and while there are still several qualms, it is slowly but surely increasing its pull and reliability in its newfound role as a news aggregator.